Hello friends, we are going to do a simple design. I call it Black Friday design. That is for those who want to do discount sales, special offers, and the rest of that. So this is my Pixel app. I have launched it. All right, this is my Pixel app, and this is the template I have chosen. But I'm going to remove the content, the things you are seeing here. Or let me come. The things you are seeing here, I'm going to remove them. All right. So I click on this drop down. I click here. You see where I click now? Yeah. So this is the place I clicked. Do you understand? Yes, that's the area I clicked now to delete all these things. So I now have an empty Canva, or in other words, an empty work environment. So take a look at this area. You will see about 5 icons. This is the first, the second, third, fourth, and fifth. All right. In the course of this training, I will be explaining to you what they do. All right. But first of all, let us go straight to business. All right. So I'll click on the fourth one because the fourth one has to do with setting of background. I do not want to use this background. I'm going to import a foreign material into this place. So let me go to from gallery, and I have a background that I want to use in my download materials. All right, so I click on the folder I want, which is download. I have to bring it up here so that it will be easy to select. All right, so I've selected it now. Okay, so let me choose. Is it this area that's better? Okay, this center is good. Yeah, something like this is good. All right, so this is it, and then I click OK. So you can see. All right, I actually have a reference material. So for you, for the sake of newbies, I'm going to bring the reference material, because from now you will be designing with reference material until you've mastered you how to place design elements and all that. So let me bring the reference material just the same way you are supposed to do. Okay, so let's go ahead now. Okay, here is the reference material. Now if you take a look, you will see that the background I'm using is same as the one in this reference material. Okay, but there's a little difference. All right, the one in the reference material is more tinted, not as bright as or as clear as the one I'm using here. So what I'm going to do now is to tint. I'm going to tint the one I have here. So let me come back to the middle, which is where I have my designing icons. Look up, you'll see the plus sign by the left top. Click on shape and then choose this square shape. Make sure it's you resize it, make it very big. All right, resize it, so let's proceed. Now I'm using this node to increase the size. After making sure it has covered this environment, the next thing I want to do is to go to color. I have to color it first before I go to radius, and the color I'm choosing is black. Right, and then let me go to opacity and then bring the opacity down to 80. All right, 80, that's what I want to use, and I say okay. It's as simple as that. So the background is now tinted. Are you seeing that? Yes, the background is tinted. Are you seeing it? Good. Now let's go ahead. I have to just make this to fit this work environment. and then I'll lock it so that whatever we're doing, you'll be following. So let me lock this background and lock this one as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is to import this particular headset, this Bluetooth headset here, and I'll click on this plus sign still. Go to gallery. Okay, so let's go to download and then get that headset. I think that headset is this one. Yes, it should be this one. Yes, here is it. So we say okay, and then resize it. All right, so now we have resized it, and I think it's okay here. Let me bring it down a little bit. Yes, it's good here. So, and I'll now go and lock it so that it will not be moving. Do you understand? Good. Now the next thing I'm going to import now is this ribbon, the ribbon here. Let me show you the ribbon here. All right, that's the ribbon I want to import. So I click here and go to stickers, then choose sticker, and then you will see the ribbon. I'll say okay, and then go to relative size. Just be taking note of what I'm doing. Relative size, and I'll increase the size, bring it down here. This is relative size. Now I'm going to distort this particular element here. This is that is the ribbon. I'm going to distort it. So these are the kind of things you can distort, not people's image. So now I'm done distorting it. All right, I've stretched it to be longer. Now the next thing I want to do is to go to crop. Look at crop. Are you seeing crop? Now I want to flip this particular ribbon. I want to flip it. So I have flipped it. So it's now upside down, and I say okay. Okay, let me go ahead and distort it again because. So I'll place it here. Are you following? Good. Then use this relative position to centralize it if it is not, and then lock it. Now let's go and get test. You click on this second icon below, which is A, and then click on test. Click on edit, wipe this thing off, and then write Black Friday. All right, make it all capital cases. All right, so you say okay. So I'm going to bring it down, and let's go to font before we resize it. I come to font here. Now, because you haven't learned how to install fonts, you may not have as much fonts as I have. I have over 5,000 fonts here, which is my font. So when you open your PC Lab, you may not have fonts in my fonts, right? So just go to the font, the basic fonts that came with the app. So let us use Arm Wrestler. Let's use Arm Wrestler. Then after choosing that, you say okay, and then let's go to increase size. Or first of all, before we increase size, let's go to strokes and give it a stroke. Okay, 4 is okay. And then color, let's give it a yellow color. And then let's go to text size and then increase the size. Let me make it 75. 75 is okay, so let us position it well. Are you following? Good. Now after that, you go ahead and lock the text so that it will not be moving up and down. Now we are going to bring up another text, and then we click on text, click on edit, then write special offer. Special discount rather. Special discount, make it all cap, and then click on OK. Now we are also going to change this font and get color for it. So let's go first of all to the font. So we are still going to use the basic fonts, but this time I'm going to choose Montserrat extra bold, or Montserrat bold. That's what I'm going to choose, but I'm not going to make it all capital case. I think that was wrong. I'm not supposed to do that. Okay, let's go to the color and give it a blue color. Blue? Yes, blue. Okay, that is good and is now centralized. All right. So now the next thing to do is to bring up this price tag here, or if you like, you can call it discount, the percentage discount tag, but it's normally called price tag. So let me bring up a shape for it. So now you've clicked on shape. Look at this box below here. You tap on that box. And then choose, take a look at the one I'm going to choose. This is the one I'm going to choose. Are you seeing that? Good. So I'll choose that particular one and I'll resize it. I'll resize it like this. I think it's okay. And I'll give it a color, which is this yellow color here. And then I'll say, okay. And then I'll rotate it. Let me show you the icon we use in rotating shapes like this. This is the icon. Let me show you again. Okay, look at the icon we use in rotating, right? So that's the icon. Click on it and then you rotate. You drag. Okay, it's a bit bigger. So let's reduce it. Let's reduce it a bit. That is it, all right? So now let me go ahead and lock it. And then the next thing I want us to do now is to put that ring, the ring that is covering, the ring that is holding the price tag on the headset. And how do we do that? Let's go and get another shape. A round shape or circled shape. I'll click on it. This is the circle I'm choosing. Okay, so as you're seeing it now, I'm going to distort this one too. So you already know where to distort now. So distort it and then push it closer and then resize it. I really distort it very well. Okay, so this is exactly what I want. Later I can as well redesign it the way I want it. So after distorting it to that point, I'll go to opacity and remove the color completely. Are you seeing now? It has disappeared, but it's still there. So what I'm going to do is I'll go to strokes and then add the strokes to 5. All right. After doing that, I'll go to the strokes color and give it white color. And after that, I say, okay, please, when you finish doing anything, you make sure you mark it, mark it so that it will have effect. If you don't, it's assume you didn't do anything. Now we are done, but there's still something remaining, which is to rotate and resize. All right, so you push it to the place. So when you have succeeded or successfully pushed it to the place, don't always forget, if it seems you can't see what you're doing very well, you can always zoom your work environment. Okay, so trying to position it very well. Now we've successfully redesigned or reshaped that ring. Okay, but let me show you something. So you understand that it's not okay like that. So you see, the ring is not holding the headset. Are you seeing it? Yes, the ring is not holding the headset. So we're going to make it to hold the headset. And how we do that is by cutting it, right? So we'll first of all zoom this work. Look at the place to zoom. See up, you'll see it here where I'm tapping now. Yes. So you drag your screen and zoom, right? Just do like that, and then you click on that same place to lock it. Now let's go to mask. You see mask here. Click on mask. Then the 4 buttons or nodes, if you like, that you will need to use for the masking has appeared, but we are basically going to use only 2, and the 2 we are going to use now is this one. Let me change this color, please. Let me change this color. Okay, we'll use something like this. This one here and this one here. These are the nodes we are going to use, okay? So let me proceed by dragging it to this point. Okay, it's there. Then drag this one to this point. Okay, so those are just the 2. Now, after positioning them where they're supposed to be, look below, you will see enable. I'll click on enable. After enabling it, one part of that is off and that part is in. Take a look here. You are seeing in. The inner part of it is off. Okay, don't worry, in the master class I'll teach you how to master these mask and bezier tools. So I've masked that area is off. All right, so what I'll do now, I'll say okay, and then go to copy this same thing, all right, and then let me hide the other reference material. Now I've copied it and I'll position it properly. I'll position it properly, let it fit that part. Please, when you're doing this, don't resize it, just copy. All right, now after copying it, I'll go back to that same mask and then click out, just that, and say okay. All right, and then go to join the 2 of them as they are supposed to be. Now the 2 of them are joined. Now let's go back. This one here click on it, drag it, and send it behind. Wait, let me come, sorry. Send it behind the headset. Do you understand now? Good. Now let's see. How does it look? Yes, it looks like ring, right? But we are not done with that. So I'm going to bring up another shape, which is going to be a circled shape. Make it very small. It's going to be white and small. That is okay. But I'm going to put strokes here so that I'll not waste much time doing that. And the strokes color will be black. And say, okay, so let me drag it to that part. Okay, to resize it, I go to relative size, bring it down to 2. Yes, 2 is better. And now I'm going to send this circle behind this particular ring, right? Now, how do you see it? Does it not look real? It does. Good. So let's lock 1, 2, 3. And then bring it up to normal size. Now, this is exactly how it's supposed to be. Now, let's proceed. Let me bring out the reference material. Excuse me. Okay, we are going to write order and contact, and as well add the price to the tag. So let me bring special discounts and copy it. So I'm going to write discount, which is 50% off. Let me go to rotate. I beg. This is better. 40 here is better. So let's go to increase it. That is okay. Then we give it a stroke. Give it a wide stroke. Yes. And let's lift it up. Okay, so we are done with that. And again, next thing, let's copy. Go to rotate and remove it. So it's 0% rotated. Order now. So this order now, I think I'm going to do something. There's something we're going to do. Please pay attention. Just pay attention to what I'm going to do. All right. Now this is the order now. Let's make the text black and remove border. If you like, I can call it true. Now let us look at text background. Add. And then I will stretch the left padding to 5. It's supposed to be 10 rather. Then I'll stretch the right padding to 10. All right. So after doing that, I'll go to radius and make the radius 10 also. So it's 10, 10, 10. And I'll come up to the color and I'll make it yellow color. Did you get that? These are just the few hacks I want you to understand at this preparatory, okay? So after that, I'm going to copy it. I'll copy it, bring it to this side. Here I'm going to edit and say contact under 07039096878. All right, that's the contact. So, but I'm going to resize it so that it's not going to, I think what I use is 20 or so. 20. Yes, 20 is good. Then I'll go to text alignment, click on centralize kind of alignment, and then go to spacing, space the word to 10, say okay, and then okay, still on that spacing, line spacing, I'm going to bring it closer like this. I think 5 is good. So let's go to text size and reduce it. I'm hiding this material. Okay. All right, so we have achieved a lot already, but there is one thing we won't be able to do now, all right, because this video will be very lengthy. Maybe in the masterclass I'll teach you how we do that. That is how to use the Snapseed for, you know, the kind of colors that we want to add, right? And not only that, look at this area. You will see a lightning that looks like shadow lightning, right? I won't be able to show you that now. In the subsequent trainings I'll show you. That is really going to take us time now, right? So I was supposed to do that from the beginning, right? But I don't want this video to be very lengthy. That is why I'm not going to show you. But if you can design something like this, you can actually charge up to 5,000 for this. You can charge 3,000 for this. I'm not placing value for you, but if you get a good client can pay for this, right? Now let me hide the old one. Are you seeing? Now this is exactly a very fine design, right? A very fine design. So someone you did this for will be able to pay you, right? So after doing that, you come to this place up here, you click on save as image, you go to dimension and click on the drop down arrow there, click on ultra is the best quality, then you click on save. It is now rendering your work. For the sake of other designs that you may have to do, I'll suggest before or after you must have saved into your gallery, still go ahead and save as project. Just, it's very simple, put a name, save as Black Friday, say okay. So anytime you come back to your projects, you can always see it. Look at it here. Look at the number 1, save as BF is there. So you can continue. That is just it. Okay. So let's go and practice. Thank you for participating.